Looking at some slow motion footage of a Guncotton explosion that I made, I noticed some interesting things happening. The speed of explosion, the speed of detonation of Guncotton should be somewhere around 800 to 1200 meters per second. I'll look that up. Right, I'm back. And I've discovered that the official velocity in Wikipedia is 7,300 meters per second. That's pretty fast. Here I'm lighting a small piece of Guncotton and it burns very fast, pushing the air aside and making a very bright glow, and making a puffing noise as it pushes the air apart. If we take this long chain of Guncotton, about a meter here, and view it in slow motion as I light it from one end, we can see that it takes maybe a half a second for it to burn from one end to the other. We can also see, interestingly, that the flame in the air travels faster than the flame along the solid, so it is not actually detonating, which is not overly surprising. Guncotton is only supposed to detonate when it's actually confined. We can see here that the flame is gradually making its way over the top of the last piece of Guncotton at the end, but it's still not on fire. It'll take a while for it to expand, for it to ignite and expand into the space above it, and then we will get a plume of fire which is about to appear very shortly. The little bits exploding out of the side are probably slightly more dense bits, or bits that are more better bits that are better than others.
It took about half a second to burn this meter, so it's burning at around 2 meters a second, which is incredibly slow compared to the 8,000 meters a second of the detonation speed.
And now onto the main explosion. That is a confined piece of Guncotton, about 3 of those little wads inside a small piece of cardboard roll. It's burning fuse at the moment, so it will take a long time to get there. When it gets onto the explosion, I'll slow it down to about a 2,000th of speed. Then it will explode very slowly, shooting out some pieces, which is the interesting part. So it's about to do it. The explosion itself should be at that 7,000 to 8,000 meters per second. It's about to do it now. Bang. Now it's going very slowly. You can see pieces of Guncotton flying out. They don't appear to all be alight. That piece on the right that is now suddenly ignited. We'll have another look at that in a moment. It appears not to be alight, but it catches fire afterwards. If there was a shockwave in front of it, the shockwave should be moving at the speed of sound in air, and so it should be moving further away than that. The parts of paper can move faster than the speed of sound, but they should slow down to that almost instantly. That's the whole point of using paper. Going back to normal speed to look at the pieces, to allow the pieces of paper to fall to the ground properly. They fall relatively slowly, so it takes a long time. And then we'll have a look at the cartridge case after it exploded to see that it has blown a hole in the back on the other side of the fuse, but it also blew the bottom out and the plug in the top, so it definitely exploded in all directions very fast all at the same time, which is not usually the case with low explosives, but Guncotton can be a high explosive. That suggests that the explosion was very fast, so here we go backwards through the explosion. It's burning now. We'll watch it go out, and we'll go back through it one more time. It explodes. Small pieces of Guncotton are thrown out by the explosion.
And I suggest that the speed of the burning slows down almost immediately to 2 meters per second which is so much slower that it appears to stop. That's just my theory, so if you've got a better idea of what could possibly be going on here, please leave a comment.